Whose mic's that? Is that mine?
This is James. Oh, come
Whoa.
All right. So are we good right now? We live. We live. We live.
There's
No.
a strange sound in the background.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh,
You're
it's
you're
good now.
mid.
It's sound
Yeah,
in
right
the
now.
background. Okay, let's
Bro.
turn this off. All right, is it
Turn
better
it
now?
off.
We're good. We're all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. One last check, guys. One last check. Hold on.
So, what the hell was that?
It's like we were in a plane. We were
Oh,
crashing
All
the
right,
plane.
all right. It's looking like we are good now. Well, we had a whole nother show going on in another place, you guys. But you know what? It doesn't matter, man. It's Friday. We are back. We just gonna press the rewind button a little bit, man. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we are still live, and this is episode 7 of the Dog Pound Unleashed. Get those dogs barking again, man. Episode 7. And we had a whole little technical difficulties thing on, but we're rolling, and we still have the guests here. We are still here. We are still doing the show. We got my man Blues. We got Clay. We got ACX. We brought him off the bench in the pound, and he's ready to do some work today. And then and then we got a special guest. I'm pretty sure you guys know who this is right now, but we got my man Crypto Orangutan in the building. Let's run this back like we didn't do this right now, right?
Yep.
But it's all good because we're going right now, right? So if you guys didn't hear the wonderful show that we had going on just a minute ago, I was getting into what Crypto Orangutan and what he had going, and about his book and about what he's doing in the space, let's just rewind that back a little bit. So let's talk about the book, which is called Cryptocurrency: A Trader's Handbook, and it is available on Amazon right now. So if you don't mind, can you just run that back about the process that you had to do to get this actually published on Amazon, and you know what the sales have been looking like lately, and then just what can we expect to learn from this book?
Yeah. So, first thing, I never really intended to write this book. I just, for the large part of last year, I was living in Lisbon, and I met a big crypto community in there. And one of the guys that I met was a publisher that wanted to publish his book about trading cryptocurrencies. But since he wasn't much of a trader himself, he needed people who do it for him. So I wrote this book with my friend in about 4 or 5 months. And in the middle of the process, turns out the dude tried to fuck us over and wanted to like 33% of the cut from the profits, despite doing absolutely nothing with the creation of the book. So we had to publish it ourselves. We never did this before, so all the editing, proofreading, and all this kind of stuff was a new thing for us, and it was pretty problematic. We had some problems with the language since we are not native speakers, and the book is in both English and German. So we keep on updating the book all the time on all the feedback that we get from the people. And I must say that the feedback so far has been like better than expected. In the first 3 days, we actually used the bestseller title on Amazon on both e-commerce and digital currencies categories. And like, yeah, it's going pretty well so far, despite doing absolutely no marketing whatsoever still, because we didn't have that much time. I didn't even tweet about this book more than once on my Twitter.
Well, you know what's good is whenever I saw you on Twitter, it's definitely in your bio, so that's a good start. You got 25,000 people constantly looking at your thing, and just so they know what people are getting from this book, you got in the US Amazon site, you got about 8 reviews, and let's just read like 2 of these reviews. So you got a must-have for all crypto traders, period, written by someone who understands crypto and actually trying to help newcomers with the basis of the movement. That's good. And then you got another one. This dude said, man, I follow ducks, dogs. Oh shit, dogs. Oh man. He said, I wonder what he's talking about. Anyway, he said, I follow ducks, dogs, and zoo animals on crypto Twitter. So of course I bought the first book written by an orangutan. Jokes aside, is a valuable reference guide for anyone interested in advancing their trading skill set. So I mean, man, you got some good reviews here, man. And definitely, I'm not just saying this for show purposes, but I definitely want to check this out when I got some time. All of you motherfuckers trading Bitcoin, killing the money, it's only $9.99 US, so I don't want to hear that shit. Go on Amazon. My man Orangutan's book, man. So book literature is not the only thing that you do. We calling this literature because that's it is work of art, bro. But you also have a Telegram group, right? And like I was mentioning before we went on air, I'm not personally in that Telegram group, but I'm in a couple of Telegram groups with people that give some good insight on things. But what information do you try to share in your Telegram group? What's going on in there?
Yeah, first things first, like all my social channels were pretty dead for like last 3 weeks because I got so fed up with crypto Twitter. I literally couldn't like stand reading all this.
It's been pretty horrible, eh?
Yeah, I mean, like 95% of stuff right now is like high sense trading and like fighting and everything, just not a joy at all. But right now, since I'm back from all the trips and stuff, my Telegram is basically like trading diary. Like whatever I do, I just tweet in there, like a lot of tips, a lot of answering publicly DMs, because sometimes people ask like what is profit taking strategy and stuff like this. I usually just share it to everyone. Stuff that probably wouldn't get much interactions on Twitter because, well, not many helpful and actually analytics go viral on Twitter. This stuff I post on Telegram. So that's
Okay, that's good. And as you may know, we have this something called the World CryptoCon coming here at the end of this month. Are there any crypto events that you plan on attending, or are there any other kind of those moves like that to where you kind of want to start meeting some of these people, get face to face with some people, or have you already been doing that? What do you expect to do?
Well, I really wanted to. I mean, I will be in US for the whole January, so if there will be any conferences at that time, I'll probably hit some of them. But since I live in Poland, so like going to US for me is kind of a challenge because I have to get a visa and all this stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
But the closest one that I'm gonna go to is probably the one in Amsterdam. It's on 9th of November, I think. I've seen some people talk about it as well. So there's a high chance that I will be able to come to this one. But
it got to be hard to focus in Amsterdam, man, especially for like a educational event.
I don't think that much of these people go for the conference anyway.
It's really to meet up.
Right?
Yeah, it's Amsterdam after all.
Yeah, right. I was in Amsterdam last year for Amsterdam dance event, ADE, and that shit. Oh my god, my face melted off. My face melted off. It was so sick out there, and I love it. Amsterdam is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. Anyway, so yeah, that's a good insight, and welcome on the show. And let's commence the talking shit, man. We got some topics. So first topic. We want to talk about these exchanges, man. We want to talk about these exchanges. So there's good news and bad news from these exchanges. Let's talk about the most popular one, as we would say right now, and that's Binance, right? So Binance, they've been doing some delistings, right? Which coins were those that got delisted? If I think I remember seeing a tweet about it. I think Chatcoin, which is a favorite in the pound, right? Chatcoin has been it had some random pumps, right? And then what was the other one? I think
Trig. They listed 4 coins. They
listed
Bitcoin,
Bitcoin,
and economy,
and then what was the other one? Was it Trig?
It was Trig.
Okay, so does anybody know the motive behind this? Because for all I know, and that may not be much to some people about this, this little space of this little quadruplet of coins that got delisted. I thought that Trig and at least what was the other one? Trig and BCN. I thought they were pretty legit. Yeah. Like what's going on?
Yeah, I think ACN is turned into a security token model, so I think that's why they delisted them.
And so they don't want anything. So you think CZ and Binance don't want anything to do with securities?
Especially after that one broker seizing by the SEC.
Okay, that explains
it. They're starting to clean up their mess. But I think the weirdest one is Bitcoin, because they listed them like 3-4 months ago. It was in May.
But it was scammy from the first moment.
Yeah.
It was never supposed to be listed in the first place.
Exactly.
Like it was an absolute like pump and dump insider trading stuff. So I think they just probably made money on it and just decided to not have the baggage with them when this shit goes down.
And how Chatcoin was on Binance in the first place was crazy. The dev team was all enemies. So it was all cartoon images.
Yeah, I think they just paid at the beginning. You just had to pay for the listing fee, and you got your place in Binance.
By
They
donation.
paid some ridiculous amount, and yeah, 3 months later, here we are.
What do you guys make? What do you guys make of now CZ saying they aren't accepting donations to be listed, like they're doing it for free, and aren't they giving money to charity now?
Yeah, they were
well,
saying that all of the fees that they take to list the coin in quotations is going to be for charity. So they were saying that, and I also saw some tweets from CZ saying that it doesn't matter about I think I have this pulled up right here. He said it doesn't matter what kind of coin, it doesn't matter. So the question is not how much it costs to list, but is your coin good enough to get listed, right? He said we don't list shit coins even if they pay 400 or 4,000 BTC. So it seems like this is just an effort to try to it's some regulation within regulations, right? What do you guys think?
I mean, CZ will say anything that people want to hear right now. First, he pumps in dumb coins and charges ridiculous amount for fees, and then suddenly he says he doesn't charge the projects, then he lists them for free, then he gives money for the charity. It's all really good. I mean, it's good that they will donate the money for the charity, but this is like...
Yeah, well, it's not clear. Even the charity is a Binance charity. They don't disclaim what they're doing.
There's like no additional info for it right now.
I can just come out and say I'm donating to charity.
So that means our coin wouldn't make it on there, right? Because we got shit coins, right? Yeah. we gotta get our money up on that. But some other good news. So in opposition to the delistings, right? They are adding coins too. Now, one coin that they added, and for some reason, over the year, I saw a lot of coins getting added throughout the beginning of the year, and that may be because of the what's going on in the space of new projects coming out. But it kind of slowed down, and every once in a while you'll see Binance add a new coin or whatever. But there was a coin, Raven coin, RVN, right? And that one got listed, and basically they said, CZ said about Raven coin that it had no ICO. It had what was the tweet that came from it, that why he said it got listed, or some reasons why it got listed?
Yeah, they got listed. It's actually the first coin, not the first, but the first coin in a long time that got listed, and it's a non-ICO. It has no pre-mine. There is no founder rewards, so there is no funding actually on the ICO, on that coin. It's a proof of work too. So it's okay. It's pretty good, because we usually on Binance they just list the ICOs. So that's quite a change.
So what do you think? Do you think that this is a move towards a certain new process that they want to list coins under, or do you think this is or do you think they're just trying to change the way that these coins get? I mean, on Binance in particular, this is just like a cleanup act, just to make sure that they're compliant with all of the SEC rules and everything.
I think it's just a cleanup act.
Mm-hmm. Raven. I mean, I don't know anything about Raven. I'm pretty sure I would like to know what their charitable donation was. Right?
Who knows? Who knows?
Right? So at least I think what we can get from here is that Binance is trying to clean up things. They're trying to make this the exchanges more. They're trying to build integrity on some of the exchanges, I guess, right? And they're just trying to protect their own ass, right? Because SEC is coming down with the hammer lately, and kind of want to watch out for things. And the best time to start getting compliant with shit is right now, right? So based on what we've seen in all the other ones, and
they also want to. Yeah, continue first.
They also went through what?
They also want to, there's a big switch right now. Like, people expect more exchanges to start listing POW coins. Like Bittrex listed Haven protocol, and there's like a few others big mining coins that people expect to get listed. Like, it's all in the groove of just fulfilling the expectations of the people. These are quality projects; they cannot go wrong with them. And they have no money to pay the fees, because some of them have like 2 million market cap, something like this. So it's a good a good image for the exchange if it actually allows to list such small coins.
Yeah, yeah. And then in addition to all of that stuff, they have OCOs coming soon. Now, what the fuck are OCOs? I'm not gonna lie, whenever y'all started tweeting that little acronym earlier, I was like, man, what the fuck is that? But then I started using context clues because I can't do that. But I did a little research on it, right? So OCO actually stands for one cancels the other order, right? And if you are wondering what the hell that is, it's basically where you can set stop losses and you can set sell orders at the same time, and it's going to be whichever one hits first, technically, right?
Yeah, this is crucial, actually.
Yeah, though it's definitely really crucial because have you ever been on, and this is not a question for you guys, right? But this is a question for the listeners. Have you ever been on Binance and you know it was high volatility in the market, but you saw some get entries on some altcoins or even BTC, and you wanted to buy in and you wanted to set a stop loss, but you also wanted to set a sell order for if it got pumped to some other price? Well, you can't do that now. You can either do one or the other, right? But in the future, and I don't know when the future is in these terms, but CZ, he tweeted, somebody asked, when full trade control, stop loss and target points on the same coin. And he said OCO is planned, right? So we do know it's coming. And then he said you could do it on the same coin, but not using the same balance. You want OCO, it's in the pipeline. So that is very big because I don't know of a major exchange so far as like the big 3 or 4, which is Binance, Bittrex, KuCoin. What's the other one? Binance, Bittrex, KuCoin. Can we put Poloniex in there?
Poloniex in there.
Yeah.
Cryptopia.
Do any of them have OCOs?
No, not that. I think Bitfinex have this.
Yeah, Bitfinex. There you go.
Sure.
So Bitfinex has.
But the others, no. I think KuCoin doesn't have stop loss.
No, KuCoin don't even got fucking stop losses. They need to.
Let's go all in.
Yeah, you just gotta set mad alarms for your shit if you over there on KuCoin, man.
That's like something I want to talk about. Like, why is it so hard for these crypto exchanges to do this? Like, you don't see any like stock market exchanges or FX exchanges like this. Like, they've all got good foundations.
Yeah, well, that is a good question because I don't think it's a question of can they do it. It's a question that, like you just said, why don't they do it? Do you think it's all underlying? It's an underlying plan of some sort, or do you think that they just like? What do you think is the reason why they haven't did it yet? I mean, you can get as Illuminati as you want with it, but let's see. I personally think for KuCoin and that don't even have the stop losses, I think it's because they just know the tendencies of some of these new people that get into crypto, and they know that risk management is at the bottom of the list for some of these people. And I mean, that's an easy way to win on their end, right? So
right, that's the easiest way to become a community member, buying something on KuCoin without a stop loss. Wake up one day, you're down, you don't want to sell. Next thing you know, it's a year later, you're still holding Dragon.
Yeah,
you're down 80%. It's just quickest way.
Yeah, so I mean, I did read something that KuCoin is implementing stop losses in what 2.0, KuCoin 2.0. They have some kind of big KuCoin 2.0 thing coming out, so we can expect stop losses from KuCoin as well. But yeah, all of this OCO talk, I do think that if Binance is the one that implements it first, is going to be another thing, another step of them leading the way. Does Coinbase Pro have this? I know you can set stop losses on there. I'm not sure if you can set.
I haven't tried it, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. But not a lot of people use Coinbase Pro, right?
I think
I don't know.
The major problem for the exchanges is you need a lot of time of beta testing before implementing anything new, because it's pretty sensitive. If you change the code, the source code, and you miss a thing, so you basically fucked up if you get hacked.
Yeah.
So so they move slowly. That's why the new platforms try to bring everything right now from the first so they can test everything before going live. I see a lot of these new exchanges. They are coming with the full package. They got everything. They got stop losses. They got OCOs. They got like everything. They got stop limits.
What about that? What about that Durbit exchange that everybody's talking about?
No, that's yeah, well, yeah. A lot of people like say it's the same shit as BitMEX, but it's not quite this, because the engine isn't the same. So it doesn't process the trades the same manner as BitMEX. So they claim it can be scalable at a high rate, but for now there is no big volume on it. So
yeah, and that's the thing. I saw something about on Twitter where everybody's shilling their Durbit links, but none of you motherfuckers are trading on Durbit. So who's getting the money?
Let me be clear. So for an average trader, you can trade there without any problem. You can have a slippage sometimes with 1% slippage, but if you have small to mid positions, not big positions, you can trade there. But when you start trading with 100K positions and above, it's impossible to get filled. This is the first. So yes, right now the volume is lacking there.
I know maybe 3 people that actually trade on Deribit.
And they trade options.
All the other ones are just trying to get the money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think the people I know trade options there because they're good. Their options are good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, so the next thing I want to talk about while we're on exchanges and listings and delistings and all of this other stuff, let's talk about. I guess you could say this was one of the biggest things in the alt market that was going on this week, and that is the listing of ZRX on Coinbase. Coinbase Pro's first ERC20 coin, and ERC20, just for everybody that's listening, if you don't know, that's a coin that's built on the Ethereum blockchain, the Ethereum protocol, and they got listed, and we did a study, right? And we were trying to figure out how much of an effect does Coinbase listings still have on the price of a coin, right? So there's been speculation for a couple of months, since around July 13th, when Coinbase posted an article on their blog saying that they plan to add more listings, and they did list a list of coins, and in that list was ZRX, BAT, ZEC, ADA, and XLM, right? Well, ZRX was the first one that did get officially listed, and I did a little research, right? And so let's talk about what effect does the price have on a coin, right? I mean, does the listing have on a coin? So on July 13th, whenever they first came out with this news, the price of ZRX was 75 cents. And I'm doing all of this in US dollar just to make it easy, so I don't have to talk about Satoshis and all that other shit. But the price of ZRX was 75 cents. In 5 days after that news came out that it could possibly get listed on Coinbase, in 5 days after that, it peaked to $1.34 in 5 days, which is a little less than 90%. It's almost a times 2, right? In 5 days. That was in the middle of a bear market. You know, we've been in a bear market this whole year. I don't know exactly around what Bitcoin was doing around that time, but I mean, this year has pretty much been all of the same story, right? Anyway, let's fast forward it to now, and between that 5-day high of 134 all the way until ZRX got actually listed on Coinbase, until when the news came out, it went from 65 cents. So I think it hit a low of like 45 cents, right? And then when it got back up to 65 cents when the actual news came out, and then since the call, it's pumped from 65 cents to a peak of 89 cents. So that's a little bit less than 50% on the pump so far. Now, will that continue to pump? I don't know. We all know that Bitcoin just had a big dump a couple of days ago. Or will it? Or is this an effect that we're seeing of how listings to a new exchange, even Coinbase, isn't what it used to be? So we went from 90% in 5 days to a little bit less than 50% in a day, almost 2 days. Where is it going from now? I don't know. But what are you guys' thoughts on that and these listing of these coins, even on a big, most popular exchange like Coinbase?
I think it's a little bit of both. First of all, the first pump you said, the 90% one, was in July when Bitcoin was also going nuts.
Okay.
So like the USD value is also like not really objective here, because it gained both in BTC and BTC value gaining as well. We talk about those listings for like months right now. There is no way that they are not priced in a big way already. Of course, they're gonna initiate the move. It already did. I mean, in the stage of the market that we are right now, I would take 50% on any coin, like in a day of the week. Especially that this is a high cap. Like it's a lot harder to move coins like this, and it doesn't look really bad. I mean, the volume is still increasing. It seems like it still has some legs in it. But I really wouldn't expect any future listing like ADA or XLM to like just moon to the like 300-400% out of the blue just because they got listed. Everybody knows they will get listed. It's a matter of days right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I think that
this is not the typical like sell the news play, because this is actually like you wait for it and this actually has a real effect on the coin price. But I don't know what people can expect more from it. You get one of the highest caps listed on exchange that everybody expected. Like you just get the 50% and you get out and go find something else.
Yeah, I think that was the play. If you already were in it, like a couple of the people from the pound, then hey, that's great. There's one dude in the pound. Shout out to Moon Sugar Trader. He's been holding, so he got in on the ZRX ICO. This ICO was a Ian Bellina All-Star, by the way, over a year ago, and he said he's been taking profits. Moon Sugar Trader, he's been taking profits on the way up. Actually, and he said that. Wait, what happened?
You actually listen to Ian Bellina?
Man, no, I follow. Hey, look, I follow him, and you know why I follow him? It's because my first ICO that I got in was Dragon Chain, right? Ooh. And he replied to my answer to my question when I was a fucking noob back in the day. And I asked him, I was like, I had already done my research on it, of course, but I asked him, was he still investing in it just for shits and giggles? And he was like, yeah, I think it's an all-star. And that shit did 50 times. So Ian Bellina is always good in my book.
don't laugh. I mean, KuCoin added stop losses because after he already joined.
Exactly. I mean, hey, there's a lot of other people that people listen to in this space that ain't doing half the shit that he's doing. So
what's his title again? It's a Titan ambassador or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, his backstory.
Who the hell knows what is this? This is like.
Yeah, he's an official KuCoin ambassador now.
Even he doesn't know what is he doing.
He knows how to find, and I don't know if it's a product of his ability to shield things, because even a coin like Phantasma, right? Which was he was a big investor in, and he's partners with them as well. I mean, it's been a ×2.5 since last week, and I called this one in the pound. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little credit for that one. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so no, Phantasma, that he's been doing it, and they have a new game coming out. I don't know who plans to play that shit. I don't give a fuck about it, but Phantasma is moving. You remember when I caught that blues? I was just like, hey, yeah, look at that. Yeah. So it's been doing a 2.5. So back on the topic of the Coinbase shit, right? So do you think that, I know other coins were listed in the article back in July, right? And it was BAT, ZC, ADA, XLM. I just want to get from you guys, is there a pattern or is there a trend that we see here of what these coins have in common besides strong FA and if you guys are new listening to this FA fundamental analysis, is there a medium between these things, and which one do you think could be the most possibility of the next one to get listed, since it seems like Coinbase it got some shit moving over there now?
From a technical view, I think basic attention token, I think it will be the next one to go to Coinbase, because mainly, I don't know if you saw the chart, the dip of yesterday got bought so quickly, and it pumped quite nicely today.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah,
I agree.
So I think there is something that we don't know about.
Right. And even I looked at the charts on ZRX before it pumped, and it was on a nice steady uptrend before with some nice ticks in volume before the news ever got released. So I mean, if you guys are looking at these coins, I know XLM has some nice positive movement today. I know, like you just said, Blues. I know BAT had some nice movement. So I mean, these are definitely some coins that you want to keep on your radar. And however you plan to play them, personally, I would look for a good entry now, and if you get lucky to where it does get listed next, I would look to sell and then re-enter back in later. That's just how I would play it. But you might want to be careful on entering in when the news drops, because there's people that's holding big bags of this shit. I think whenever ZRX got launched on Coinbase, whenever the news came out, we saw the dog put a tweet in the pound saying that somebody had just moved like 620 grand worth of ZRX to Binance, and he was getting ready to dump on all you fools, all of you. So just be on the lookout for that. That's not financial advice, but it's advice though. Anyway, so let's move on to these other. We got another exchange that's making some moves, and I don't know if it's in a good positive way. and I don't even know how many people actually use this shit, right? But let's talk about Yobit. Yobit, is that how you say it? I don't know, because I don't use this shit. And but they're doing some, for some reason, I might have been trying to buy a coin on there that wasn't available on any of the popular exchanges back in the day, because I've been getting emails from them, and I saw this email come in the other day, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" I thought it was like some virus shit, right? And they had the nerve in the email. Let's go back to what I have on here. So they're doing something called a Yobit pump and dumps, right? And and that just sounds like an exchange coming out saying that they're doing some shit like that. Well, I don't think they call it a pump and dump. They just called it a pump, right? And here's the headline by it. It says crypto exchange Yobit stages its own pump and dumps. In one of the oddest decisions made by a cryptocurrency company to date, Yobit, an exchange that processes more than 33 million in daily transactions, has staged its own series of pump and dumps. According to this announcement, Yobit pumped 1 BTC into one random coin every 1 to 2 minutes for a total of 10 times.
And they did it with a Putin coin.
They did it with a Putin coin.
Putin,
like the Russian guy, right?
Yeah, and it did like 1,000%.
Shadier than a pump and dump happening on a Russian coin called Putin. I don't know what the fuck is more shadier than that shit. But
shout out to
who?
I was gonna say shout out to Brian from the Dog Pound, because he came in yesterday and we was all trying to guess what coin was going to pump, and he saw volume just coming in on Putin coin, and he said, "I reckon it's going to be this coin," and then 5-10 minutes later, there came the pump.
So how much percent? What's the result of these pumps? Like, was it some nice movement?
Over 1,000.
What?
I think it did an 18x. Yes.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. I'm not even joking.
I had to use my high voice on that. You know when you surprised? Are you fucking serious, bro? No,
your high Murphy voice.
Yeah. so what makes it even more suspicious on top? Well, it's not suspicious because they're telling you that they're going to do it, right? And it's the actual exchange itself. But you get emails saying, "Hey, it's happening in 60." I got an email today saying in 68 hours we got the next one coming.
I've got a question. John McAfee's going to get on it.
Oh my God!
He'll-
So, and that's the thing. Like, is this where we want to go with this shit, man? Is this good for this space? Like what is going on right here?
No.
This is just stupid. If they won't get like closed in 2 weeks, I would be surprised. I mean, come on, you cannot just fucking pump your own coins in an exchange.
I think the exits come sooner.
Yeah, because not only is this a technique that they're doing that's looked down upon in this space or any space that's even illegal in the traditional markets. It's just you kind of want to know the reasoning behind which coins they're doing it on, right? Like why Putin coin or why the next coin that they do. You think that it just nothing from it looks good. It all looks childish, really, and you kind of just wonder how long will they last. And on top of that, I want to know who's winning off of this shit. Because
I mean, Yobit has been always like the most scammy exchange of them all, and right now it seems like they just don't give a damn anymore. They just want to like exit scam, get some money. I don't know. They'd probably throw some darts by the names they put on the papers and just pump this shit. And we'll see how long can it last.
You think of that. Think of the people in their circle that would know about this as well. Like, it's like insider trading.
That's what I mean, Brian,
because they're gonna know. They know. Yeah. To me, they have to know before it even happens. Like, they just not gonna. Because I mean, who's pulling that trigger over there? Like, is it the CEO just sitting by his computer? Like, hey, I'm about to.
I wouldn't be surprised actually. This might be the thing.
Yeah,
this is actually not a bad. When you catch the pump like this, it's liquid, it's everything. It's like quick money.
Yeah, I think it was really liquid yesterday. It was, it was above 100 bitcoins.
Yeah, they pump 10 bitcoins by themselves, but plus all the other people. So it's not a bad bet. I wouldn't recommend doing it. I wouldn't recommend doing it. No. This is not a financial advice. Don't do shit.
It's better financial advice than the way my trade's been going. We'll go that way.
So my final thing on this one is if you have any money on Yobit, get that shit off of there right now because they're about to get closed down. No, I'm just. You don't want to be stuck like one broker just being able to just look at your money, right? You know how they did the read only thing again? They were just like, yeah, we're not gonna allow you to withdraw any of it, but we can let you see what you had in here.
So what is the update with that? Because I didn't have any money on it or anything. Like, did any of you guys experience that? Has everyone got their money out, or is it still locked away?
No, I mean, well, I know some people in the pound, well, 1 or 2 guys, and they mentioned that they had money on there, but I haven't had any update. I haven't heard any update from them. I did see an official statement from one broker and some tweets on Twitter saying that they opened up everybody's accounts balances for read-only access, which doesn't do shit for me.
Nice.
I'd rather you just keep the shit shut down. Don't let me look at what I got in there. That's like a tease, right? Like,
what happens if someone had a trade open on there?
Shit. And what if they were in just like mad profit, right? Like, are you gonna at least close out my trade for me, bro? Like, can you do that?
Just
like,
hold down.
Waiting.
just an update on one broker posted on October the 4th that they anticipate to start processing withdrawals, and on the 10th of October, so I believe what's the date today? Well, a couple of days ago, they said they'll start processing withdrawals, and they now updated with withdrawals are now being processed. Due to a high amount of withdrawals, please expect significant delays. So if you're looking to try and get your money out of there and put it in Yobit for the next pump, you might not get there in time.
You're gonna miss that next pump. Hey, you now got about 50 hours left to the next Yobit.
They're just sweating it out.
Yeah, right.
It's actually been quite a big month for exchanges when you think of it. You got Binance doing what they're doing with charity work and all that. Then you got like Yobit doing the pumps, one broker going down, like some big things happening, and a lot of people threatening to leave BitMEX.
Yeah, right. And it's
a lot of derelict links.
I know, right? So what I see a bunch of exchanges that are trying to get established, but they're doing it in the wrong way. And also I see exchanges that are already established, but they're actually cleaning up things, and they're actually building a nice stable ground for longevity in this game, right? Because I mean, of course, you got Coinbase, which has been here, and let's just say Coinbase is here to stay. They're not going anywhere. Then you got Binance, who seems like they're more than an exchange, right? It seems like CZ and the rest of the Binance people, it seems like they're in it a little bit. I mean, I don't know what their real intentions are. If they have any other ulterior motives, but it seems like they're really in it for the blockchain technology and the crypto space, in addition to the exchange, and they're helping build projects. They have Binance Labs, they have things that help with ICOs. They're delisting coins that are not compliant. They're listing coins for other reasons. So it looks like right now they're building a nice. They're building the building blocks to have to stay around in this. And I think that if you are an exchange in this space right now, pump and dumps aren't the way to go, and not doing KYC and all of that shit is not the way to go either. And speaking of KYC, what is the process for that on Binance? If I know that
there's only a basic one, but if you want to move over to
Bitcoin, I think it was.
Then you have to do proper KYC. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it seems like Binance they got it figured out, at least for now, right? Until other things happen. Speaking of, it seems like Bittrex just went completely away, right? Well, not completely. I know some people that are still looking on there hunting for coin. What do you see? Where do you guys see Bittrex going in the next? Do you think that it's just going to stay down there until the next bull run, or do you, or what kind of moves are they making over there? Because it seems like Binance is just running all over everybody. Binance and KuCoin, right?
I mean, they lost, like, Bittrex was huge, and they lost all of it by their own wish. Like, they made people wait for their UI for like 2 years or something, and it turns out the worst UI ever. Like, you cannot trade on Bittrex; it's just terrible. Like,
it's just all over the place. It's not simplistic at all.
Yeah, they started the listing coins. They didn't list anything till like around 2 months ago. They have no volume whatsoever outside of like first 3 pages. Like, they are not doing much. They are supposed to be compliant with SAC, and they have a good like foundation to really like be again the top exchange. But right now they are not doing anything like what Binance is doing. They are not actually in any way making people come to their exchange. Like, just because you listed 2 mining coins doesn't mean like it's okay now. I mean, people really get burned by Bittrex for the last year, I would say.
It's like one of those things. It's like they missed the key point in time where Binance has like started to rise and Bittrex didn't do anything, because I think they tried becoming compliant or whatever, and so they don't have wash trading. Like, you look on Binance, there's wash trading everywhere. It's like one thing that, you know, Bittrex has tried cleaning up. So they tried doing the right thing, and then they pretty much missed out on all the marketing and all the razzle dazzle that Binance kind of showed, and now it's too far behind.
Yeah, but you can look, like, people can talk shit on Binance like there's, you know, fake volume and everything, and like CZ is pumping shit coins and all this stuff, but they're actually the exchange that is right now growing. And Bittrex,
definitely, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and all the Bittrex is doing is Richie is the name of the guy. He's posting funny tweets with the ticker of the coin that he's added. Like, this is
so cringe.
This is the only marketing and stuff that Bittrex is doing right now.
Yeah, their only marketing as well is delisting. They like to delist. Obviously, they had that long duration as well, where they stopped registrations, so you had all that to deal with.
Yeah. They stopped registering for a couple of months, right? That's really long.
I think it was longer than that. It seemed like a really long time.
Yeah.
So they basically died by their own wish. I mean, I don't know. They will come back like any other big exchange when there's a bull run, but I really don't see them right now fighting with third chances with Binance, and I really think that Poloniex is actually going to shine once again.
Poloniex has been down there as well too. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting in the next couple of months to see which one of these exchanges survives it's the survival of the fittest, right? And to see, and I think compliancy, if that's a word, right, is at the top, should be at the top of everyone's list, right? But in addition to that, do we have any questions in the chat, by the way?
I just got one for Orangutan. Got a question from Keynes. He wants to know, what are the top ideas that come to mind that will help build trust in these exchanges or new exchanges?
Once again, the ideas that will help build trust on exchanges. What?
Yeah. So, like, what ideas do you reckon there needs to be to help build trust in these new exchanges? Pretty much, like how to get these market makers in there for the liquidity. What's
Basically,
exchanges
what
need
would
to
make
do?
you feel safe to start trading on the exchange and not expect nothing like one broker or some shit like that, to where you won't be locked up and not be able to do shit anymore?
I mean, well, the first things first. I mean, people right now love Trade Ogre and all this stuff, but these are all absolutely anonymous exchanges. If I want to trust an exchange, I need to exactly know fully transparently the whole team and everything that is going on. Like, it has to act like a business, not like a shady exchange that lists shitcoins. It doesn't really matter. Like, of course, at the beginning, you're gonna have all the liquid coins and all the small ones, so the quality of them must be okay. But the first thing is to actually have the team that is good with communication, because there's all the time some stuff happening with exchanges. There's like maintenance right now, like it's not working for a couple of hours, and people are afraid that they're gonna lose their money. Like, you have to keep people secure and like confident that their funds are safe all the time. Funds are safe.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be the first thing. Like, whenever there's a big, small exchange, doesn't matter. I want to know the team. I want to know they are in all contact 24/7 with me. I want to know that there's actually some professionals behind it and not some marketers or some small developers just doing an exchange for shitcoins, right? And and the more like continue.
You go.
I think this decentralized exchanges could be a good solution, but the only thing is that you need to be responsible of your account, because if you get hacked, you lose your funds indefinitely. So there's no way to get them back. So
yeah, but for example, IDEX is a decentralized exchange, but it still has people behind it that actually, whenever something happens, they just go out and try to comfort the people. So like, we cannot talk about trusting fully decentralized exchanges, because like that's the point of them, right? But if like, I really don't think that decentralized exchanges will be really big in the near future. I still think centralized exchanges will take over for the next couple of years. So DDs need to really have a good customer support.
Like with this, like, so because BitMEX is obviously a hot topic for everyone, as all the shit that goes down on it. What would it take for an exchange to overtake that? Like, what do they need to have, and how do they bring the liquidity into their exchange?
Yeah, because BitMEX, I think the
with
premium,
BitMEX, just stop doing shady shit. And that would be the first step.
I mean,
they
the
can at the
between
moment.
BitMEX right now and Bitfinex, isn't it like a $100 gap right now or something like that?
Yeah, $100 premium.
Yeah, why is it? Explain that to people who don't understand what's going on right there.
Lose.
Yeah.
It's the premium, man.
Yeah. So Bitfinex basically is changing the bank they're affiliated with. So they're having some sort of withdrawal process. They have it's.
I think they aren't accepting any fiat.
So they aren't. Yeah, they can't process the withdrawals because the process of changing banks isn't completed yet. So people need to sell off their Tether to go to Bitcoin, and then to withdraw the Bitcoin. Because if you see, Bitfinex is a big exchange, so we're talking about billions of dollars. So it's not an easy task to move billions of dollars in a few days. So it takes a lot of processing and all. And there is the anti-money laundering, the AML process. So they need to check if there is no money laundering. Okay. So it takes a lot of time. So yeah, that's basically why the withdrawals are taking a lot of time to get processed. But they are starting to get some get some processed, and they stopped them for now until they get the problem fixed. So I think it's overfunded, to be honest. Go on.
I think one of the things is it's like it's just the big three, right? With these exchanges, it's being KYC compliant, right? And then security should probably be first, right? And then it's the liquidity of the exchanges, right? And I think that's really the big three of these for to get the trust, and then for you to know who, like, just the fact or just the simple point that CZ actually gets out in these crypto Twitter streets and he claps back at some people and he actually tweets, that kind of gives you a good sense of feeling that there's just not fucking robots running this shit, right?
active devs.
Yeah, right. It just the simple fact that people can simply tweet at him and you have a good chance that he might reply to you, that gives you some kind of good feeling, right? And you know,
on the show soon.
I know, bro. We got CZ, bro. CZ. If you listening to this, I don't know why you would be listening. I don't know what you got going on a Friday night at around 6 p.m. Central Time, but we got some openings for you to come on the show. Don't worry, we're gonna get back at you later. And but yeah, you're welcome anytime to come talk shit with us. Another thing that I had thought about exchanges. What was it? Anyway, let that come back to me. But speaking of exchanges, let's go back to another one of our calls that we had in the Dog Pound. This is a little Dog Pound promotion right here. We had a call by Stacking Bits. Our dude Stacking Bits in the Pound. It was ARN, and that one had some decent gains this past week. I think it had like over 20-something%, if I'm not mistaken. And that was a good one. And then we also had another coin that was called in the Pound, DNT by guy Joey Clams, right?
That was a good one.
That was a good one. So, I mean, hey, we're active in here, and I think that one spiked a nice amount, just like some of these other coins that happened. But, you know, I'm just being specific with the ones in the Pound. We got guys that's calling some big shit around here, man. What coins or what has been the apple of your eye lately, Orangutan? What coin that you've been looking at?
Well, can I share my screen or something right now?
Yeah. Share your screen, bro. Share your screen. Give them something to look at.
How do I do this though?
Yours. You just click. Yeah, you can.
Don't dox yourself, dude.
Let me.
Damn it.
Screen share.
Yeah.
1 second.
Try to get a private.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing a monkey. So if you dox, an orangutan.
No, all right. Well, how do I seriously get the?
Over on the left, dude. Screen share.
You have the green button.
Oh yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. Can you see it right now?
Oh, you should be able to share now. There you go.
We got. Ooh.
Yeah. So
Seems
I'm maxing the
drop some of this TA on these fools, man. Let them know what's up. Give them some education right there.
Since I'm maxing on the right now mostly, then the setup that I am already in is Ripple, the standard, and I'm hoping to short the shit out of it. Yeah, but this is a pretty common setup that I've seen on Twitter anyway. We basically dropped pretty heavy from the last point of bullish structure that we had, and we had a really huge gap in here that I think is about to be filled. It already tried retesting it. It's consolidated. It already broke down from the small pennant or whatever you want to call it that. I don't see this going bouncing anywhere before it reaches at least this spot, which is.
And I've seen a lot of posts going towards the same direction.
Yeah, basically, like this is. I'm not really bullish right now on Bitcoin, and if I'm not bullish on Bitcoin, I'm not really bullish on alts as well. So Ripple, with all the movement it had recently, is like my premier candidate to actually fall down, because all the other alts like ADA are kind of like bouncing around the bottom of the support. I don't think they can fall that much smaller, that much more. But this one has a lot of room to actually just fall and die. So I really hope it does, and I hope to make some people salty out of this one. And the alt that I would be looking at to to actually average down. Man,
I've
a
seen a
little
lot
bit
of people
higher.
talk about that, man.
Yeah, like this would be a pretty like the highest potential gain potential entry right now, because we got the support, we got the positive divergence working on, we got a really nice volume increase last couple of days, and there is some news coming on as well in the following weeks, and Ion is a top-notch also project as well, and this is like, well, you can get better than this. I mean, you got a finally steady bottom first time, the steady accumulation, increasing volume. You got the best entry you can probably get at this spot outside of going like in price discovery again. So if anybody's into some risky setup with some tight stop losses, then this is probably the best bet you can get right now from the mid cap.
Man, I like those charts. Your charts look really clean. I need to
Thank
clean
you.
my shit up. Yeah. There's clear points up in there. But yeah, those are just some coins that everybody's looking. So we got Aeon, we got Ripple Short, we got of course, I'm pretty sure there's some other odds that are looking good out there that haven't pumped yet. But one thing that I wanted to talk about, and I saw a couple of people talking about it in the pound. What and this is a question for all of you guys. What relations, or what do you guys think the relation is between the price of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market in relations to the traditional stock market? Now, if you guys have been following that, they had, I think the Dow had one of its biggest drops since, what was that, February, a couple of days ago. And it seems like whenever that huge drop happened in the traditional markets, that's the day that the Bitcoin took a dump, that $300 dump. And it seemed like they had a nice rebound today on the close of the traditional markets, and Bitcoin is kind of holding steady. And it seems like for now, real short term, that Bitcoin is kind of following the trends of the stock market. Now, I've heard a lot of talk about this before in previous talks about the correlation between these two. But what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think they're highly correlated. Like if the stocks go down, Bitcoin will go down as well. Like if anybody's saying that if the whole market economy goes to shit, then Bitcoin is gonna rise, I mean, it doesn't work like this. I mean, you don't just go into much riskier assets just because everybody else is losing jobs and money. Like,
That's the point. And
I'm not gonna lie. I said that I put a tweet out there saying that the next time we have like massive Bitcoin moves, I didn't say up, I didn't say it was going to pump, is when there's going to be a war. The US dollar crashes, and I can't remember the third one, but yeah, a lot of people kind of gave me a bit of flack for it. But like, honestly, think like we'll still fuck around this like $6,000 range for a while. But if big things happen, like gold normally goes through the roof when there's war. I don't think it's going to go through the roof. I just think like the next big move will be around those times if something happens.
I mean, a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to be a safe haven when the traditional markets crash, but I think we're not yet at this point, because crypto markets are still a high risk environment. So you can't just like, yeah, you're losing money on traditional market and you say, yeah, let's buy Bitcoin, it's more safe. So it doesn't work like that, because it's more volatile and it's riskier, and the alts are even worse. Like they are pure speculation products.
This is pure hopium. I mean, like there is not a single argument I would say why somebody would enter right now such an immature market when they're losing money on the traditional ones. I mean,
yeah, even if you look at the higher time frames, yeah, we've been ranging in the last 3 months or so.
Yeah.
So we can't take. Yeah, it's not the time to take a major position. So personally, I'm just scalping. I'm just trying to take intraday positions.
It seems like from what I've been seeing on everybody's charts, it seems like November could be a real big month in terms of decision time for BTC. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, like we are at the yearly lows once again, basically, and we are really struggling to go anywhere more upside. So I don't know. I've been a little bit I've been saying that we're gonna crush them for some time already. So I'm not gonna take any actions right now because obviously you don't just short 6K because this has been the worst decision ever for the last 5 times. But whenever we do actually drop it, then I'm definitely shorting the retest and probably gonna have few more months of a miserable market. And right now it's for me it's a toss up. I don't really want to make any guesses right now here. So
it seems like one thing that does seem positive right now. It does seem like altcoins are holding steady, even due to the drop. And to be honest, that last drop that we had over this past week, a lot of people expected it, and it wasn't. We've been grinding in the same range for the last month or two, and a lot of people expected that drop to around between 6,300 to 6,100. I mean to 6,000 as expected. It dipped a little bit below that, but it got ate up and it bounced pretty nicely. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting week ahead. Whatever you guys do, I would say keep your stop losses on point. And if you're on KuCoin, good luck. Don't go to sleep.
Head over to YoBit.
Head over to YoBit where at least you know that one of those motherfuckers.
Is there any YoBit ref links? Like I might start.
Yeah, there is.
I think there is one.
20% or something.
Yeah, I saw it.
Man, I'm gonna cringe if I get another one of those fucking emails, bro. I know, like, and you know what's so funny is like if I'm just not doing shit tomorrow because tomorrow should be 50. No, it'll be the next pump will be Sunday. I got a timer on my wall for the next YoBit pump, by the way. No, I'm just playing. I don't but anyway, I'm gonna be curious to see what's the next coin. And on top of that, I'm gonna be curious to see when they get shut the fuck down for doing this. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they know the risk, you think, right? It'll be interesting for these next couple of days. Let's talk about one. I guess let's go. Do we have any questions in the chat, by the way?
There's a lot of smack talk in there.
Man, you know what? I'm curious because just so you guys know, I never have the chat right in front of me at the time. What do they talk about? What do they talk? Is there anything?
A lot of the time they want to ask who's Eddie Murphy.
So is that a thing? Should I come to World CryptoCon as Eddie fucking Murphy with the red jacket and shit?
There is a question for you since you already bought Phantasma. Someone asked if it can keep pumping because the
Phantasma. I mean, it already started it already has been through what it looks like its accumulation phase, right? And it's already started pumping. If you are going to get in Phantasma right now, I would just like as any other altcoin, I would kind of just wait out and see what Bitcoin decides to do. It does seem like we do have some kind of retrace coming across all landscapes in the short term, but I mean, as long as Ian keeps shilling it, man, we good. No, I'm just playing. I don't know, man. They got all these. They actually have a product that they have out that just came out with this video game shit. And honestly, I just don't know if too many people are actually using it. And I don't even know how much that has an effect on the price. I mean, it's all based on it's just basic price action right now. So I would say approach it like you do any other coin. Wait for a good entry. Don't buy it when it's getting pumped as it is right now, because I think it boosted like I said, it's over 2.5 times over the last week. So you might do better finding another coin like Aeon looks pretty good, and there's a lot of other coins out there that look primed.
Encash stuck at the bottom of the range as well.
Encash, I really like that call, ACX. Encash is looking good.
Bottom of the range, super low risk.
Yeah, it's pretty low risk, bottom of the range. That's not financial advice on there. So if you buy into that and get ready, don't come back to the dog pound saying that we told you to buy Encash. But it's similar setups. What I have been noticing is it is similar setups across the board. A lot of these coins look the same. A lot of these coins are in accumulation phase right now. Some of them are starting to take off. But whatever you do, enter with caution. That's what we be doing. Use stop losses, set alarms.
A lot of them have set up like double bottom and like typical reversal patterns. You just got to be careful that they follow through, and those patterns are still in the building stage. Like just for example, like an Adam and Eve bottom, like a lot of people want to enter at the very bottom, but the pattern's not complete until it breaks the neckline of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let them know. Let them know.
Just one thing I kind of want to get on. Where's my screen share thing?
Did I give you controls? Let me make sure I give you controls. Hold on.
It's just about celebrities, more so not even celebrities. Like this article is about Spencer Dinwiddie investing in Bitcoin, who's an NBA player, a low-level NBA player. He started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just pretty much he wanted to make some money as well. And he started investing in Bitcoin with $3,000. But he's actually a trader. Like he's not just buying it and holding it for the long run kind of thing. He's trading it. It'd be interesting to see what other celebrities and big personalities are out there that are actually interested in the space.
Well, you had like Soulja Boy wrote the worst song ever about Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, I saw that. So you got, well, who writes better songs for Bitcoin? Is it Ian Bellino or Soulja Boy? Oh, that'd be a good battle. And that's even crazy.
Ian, hands down.
Mentioning them two in the same sentence with music, right? But and that's another thing. I've seen a lot of, you got 21 Savage and mentioned Bitcoin. The last major run last year, we had Future, we had Big Sean. There was a lot of people, and even Kanye has mentioned Bitcoin. Even Childish Gambino, Donald Glover has mentioned Bitcoin, and he had an interesting take on it. He was talking about Bitcoin and the whole culture of and excuse my pronunciation of the tense of this word, but anonymity. Is that a word? Anonymity? Well,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. We making up shit here on the Dog Pound. We dogs, we speak our own language, right? Anyway, so he liked the whole anonymous culture of Bitcoin, and he was just like, he just felt like so you never know. You might be getting pumped and dumped on by Childish Gambino, right? And you just never fucking know. Or
I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See, just give me some tickets to the concert, bro. That's all I have. But nah, so it's a lot of big names already in it, and it's a lot of famous people in it. Now, are they actually the ones clicking the buttons and doing the trading? I heavily doubt it. But I'm pretty sure that they've heard about it, and they've expressed their and they've expressed wanting to get into it. Let's look at this. Who has this chart put up? The altcoin market. Can we do some explanation on this?
Yeah, you can share. Yeah, you can share.
Yeah, it's already shared.
Share the screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay, are we in?
Does
yeah. Yeah,
and this
I think.
By the way.
Yeah. Well,
so what are we looking at right here, and what is the story telling about what's coming in the short term for the altcoin?
I think we're right now we're a support for the market cap. I mean, you can chart it, you can trade it, by it's just the sum of all the altcoins market caps. Well, it gives a wholesome image about the altcoins. So right now I'm looking for a formation of an invert head and shoulders, which could be a nice reversal here. So it looks like it's
Bitcoin stays intact, right?
Yeah. I mean, the chance of having this chart, the price going up till here, to the next resistance, is if Bitcoin bounces from here and keeps in the range, or even better, it goes up, it breaks 6.8K. So in that way, we'll have a significant pump. But either way, I think the altcoins are set for a nice quarter. If you look at the ratios, I mean, a lot of altcoins are accumulating right now. You can clearly spot the accumulation ranges. I would be surprised if we break down, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
Maybe we're losing USD value, but in BTC value, I think altcoins will gain a lot of ground this quarter.
Yeah, actually, I
That's
agree.
my
Even,
outlook for it.
even with Bitcoin dumps, I still think that altcoins in Bitcoin might be. This might actually be the bottom for them,
Yes.
but I wouldn't just expect any major moves if we cannot get Bitcoin going on.
Yeah.
Fully.
With thinking this is the bottom for alts. Obviously, a lot of people expect 10x, 100x kind of things. Do you think those gains are in the near future, or do you think it's still only going to be more realistic pumps like 50%, 100? Unless you go on an exchange like Yobit, but I mean just like with Binance kind of coins.
No, you're definitely gonna get once again like 100x, 50x, but it just won't be as common because there's so many new coins right now, and like the amount of money right now in the space cannot. It divides into so many other projects. You don't just focus on 30 coins on Bittrex and you just pump all of them 10x. It goes right now on Binance, Bittrex, on IDEX, on all the new ICOs. It's just the money is spread a lot more right now. That's why you will get the very good runners, but I wouldn't expect it to be as often as it was in 17.
Yeah, the market is diluted, so there are more coins. There are a lot of coins. There are more than 2,000 coins listed on CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, so, but it doesn't mean that there won't be any real FOMO on some of the coins.
Yeah, of course we'll have less pumps than before, but we'll get them. Especially if you're expecting. I mean, being in this space, personally, I'm expecting big things from Bitcoin, like long-term bullish on it. So like at least 40K, 50K. So if you're expecting this on Bitcoin, I mean, basically, I think we'll have even better pumps on altcoins. So yeah, why not? But you need to focus on low caps to have. There are better chances of having these gains like 10x's.
Yeah, I mean, all your ICX and VeChain lovers, I have a bad message for you. You're probably not gonna get more than ×5 or ×X from it. So if you really want some massive gains, you should dig deep into top 300 market cap, something like this. It's quality projects right now that already got their
cycle yet, right? That haven't been through their cycle, that haven't been through a huge cycle yet, right?
Yeah, I mean, the point of this huge pumps is that there is a lot of speculation what the coin can do, and those coins already had their everybody knows about them. There is not much more people that can FOMO into them. You cannot get this kind of exponential move once again.
That's the funny thing, because I see a lot of people like, oh yeah, just watch the big caps, they move first, and like it hasn't done that this year. Like even when he had the April moves, everyone was saying like wait for the big coins. It's just been these random smaller ones on Binance and the other exchanges that have pumped. And like I don't know if people are sitting there watching, like obviously Ripple pumped, but like watching EOS waiting for these massive moves. ADA, I've seen shield so much. Everyone's expecting that to go like crazy again. But these ones with big market caps are going to be harder to get those.
Speaking of low cap coins, I think that's why a lot of people are taking deep digs into KuCoin. And also, let's talk about Cryptopia. They got a new UI update, and it definitely looks more 2018-ish.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, but to be honest, I tried it, and I think they just revamped they didn't update the trading engine.
It was just all out exterior looks, right? It wasn't exactly under the hood.
So I was a bit disappointed.
I mean, yeah, but just
it still looks better than Bittrex.
Exactly, right. I knew one of my big things whenever I was buying Cryptopia coins last bull run is just that I hated how clunky the UI was and how the shit looked. And I know that's dumb, but I mean that aesthetics is a lot for people, right? And it definitely looks better now. And there's definitely those coins that we just talked about that are on Cryptopia that haven't been through their little cycle yet, that are definitely not on a major exchange with high volume yet, that look primed to pump. So I mean, hey, look, whatever you're doing, basically this just means that don't follow whatever. Try to find the coin that nobody's talking about right now, or try to find the ones that are in pure obvious accumulation phase, sitting that's attempting to knock on the door of a strong resistance, right? And see if it breaks through. And then you don't have to catch the bottom of every coin, right? Sometimes sometimes you win by being just a little bit patient and just being sure, right? So whatever you do, you'll see a lot of similar setups like what Blues is showing right now with the whole cup and handle type shit with the big, long cup shaped forms a bottom of accumulation and then starts going back up.
This one looks good. But it's on a
that's
trade. It's on a trade auger. Yeah, I like it too.
And what is what is the light on?
Still light. Yeah, it's a low cap. It's a low cap. It's
what exchange is this on?
Trade auger.
Oh, trade auger. Oh, that sounds like some shit I don't want to. But look, I will tell you this. Sometimes whenever you see a setup, it may benefit from you going to go through all of that trouble of making an account and going through all of that trouble of transferring some coins, because that has happened with me before. I saw a good setup on an exchange that I didn't have an account on, and I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this shit. But then I did it because I was bored that day, and it actually paid out. So I mean, look, the thing is, you want to get there before the masses get there. And a lot of these coins, whenever you see movement like this, you often, well, I wouldn't say often, but you may even have the chance of it, like, Binance listed after that, or another big exchange listed after that, and it may be a reason why you saw the volume spikes and all of that other stuff in there. So I mean, always just kind of be in the know and know what's going on. And speaking of that, we got a guy, ACX. He's here for the first time on the pound. Let's give him a hand clap right here, right? And let's just highlight him a little bit right quick. You got this famous thing that you have in the pound that you made, that you're popular for in the pound, and that's your scalping skills, bro.
I'm a meme artist.
You're a madman with the scalper, bro. And some people agree with it, some people don't. But who gives what you do? And if that's your style, that's your style for sure. I mean, of course you don't do everything like that, but do you want to explain a little bit about that and the experiments? Because I know it's not something that you just blindly do. You're actually experimenting with this tactic and you're doing some trials on it. So clear that up a little bit.
So my theory basically is, would you want to trade with the retail traders, or would you want to trade with like the big players essentially? And for the big players to get in a position, they'll need to look for liquidity. So, for example, when was it? Yesterday, we dumped out of that range. We picked up 240 million in liquidations, which is a huge number. That's 240 million US dollars. So that's really giving someone an opportunity to buy in and potentially fill up their long. So I feel like Bitcoin right now is a low risk long, just because you're so close to the bottom of this range. So you can set a stop low. But that's what I do. I look for liquidations, buy people's blood, essentially. That's the way to do it, especially in 1 minute scalping. It sounds crazy to people, and this is why I set off about Deribit a couple of days ago. I was actually going to try and trade with Deribit, but the 1 minute charts were just all gappy. It was untradeable, basically. So I've gone back to BitMEX. I know it's annoying with the overloads, but you just got to deal with it, because it's still, for me, it's personally the best margin. Especially at 50 times margin, which sounds crazy sometimes.
Exactly. But and that's that's the whole point of doing the 1 minute thing, is that you're trying to win big fast, right? And of course it's risky and it's not advised to do it unless you're a very experienced trader. But like I said, I seen you get flack from some people about it, and we're not gonna go into all of that. But look, however anybody make. Yeah, right. And
it was blues. It was blues. Everyone listening, it was blues.
However anybody makes their money in this shit, like, what should you give a fuck about it, man? Like, as long, like, I've actually sat at my computer and watched you post results, all of your losses, all of your wins with that, and you've definitely had more wins than losses. Does that mean that it works for everybody? No, that just means that you're doing your due diligence to your shit, and it works for you. That's
one thing I really love about it, is it's different to the way everyone else trades. Like lately, everyone's like become swing traders, and it doesn't suit everyone. Not everyone wants to do that. Some people want to get on, make their trade, and get off. No overhang. You don't have to like check your positions when you're out for dinner or anything like that. Not that I do that, but some people might.
I definitely do that.
Just check your emails, Clay. You wanna-
I just checked my liquidation. Right, that shit crazy. So ACX. Another thing, I wanted to talk to you about this cash bet. It's a gambling site around Arsenal. Did you want to go in a little bit? This is our like wild card topic of the night, guys. We're about to wrap this up, but talk a little bit about cash bet.
Sure. So cash bet. I'm an Arsenal fan of a football team from London, and they've just taken over a sponsorship of this cash bet. And if you're in the pound, there's a few of us guys that love our sports bets. And this is like really going forward. I strongly believe in the transparency of online gaming and betting, because especially if you play virtual roulette, virtual greyhounds. I know Clay likes the virtual greyhounds, but you can never really trust these betting agencies because you don't know what they're doing, the algorithms behind the doors. So this was really just making it more transparent for gambling websites, which I think is a great idea. And also there was multiple problems. For example, most sports bets, I do my bets on a Saturday. If you want to withdraw, you have to wait for the banks to process the actual payments, which will come through Monday or Tuesday. But with doing it on the blockchain with a cryptocurrency, you can get paid instantly with that coin rather than having to wait a couple of days over the weekend for the banks to actually open.
Yeah. So I always want to bet. I usually only bet on NFL games. That's the real football, right?
Games.
But
shout out to Games.
Hey, you guys know. I mean, honestly, you guys do not know how oblivious it is. Well, in Houston, we have a huge Hispanic culture, so they watch a lot of soccer and stuff. But bro, I was just completely oblivious that football is soccer over there, but soccer, we are the only people that call it soccer. Like nobody else calls it soccer.
We call it soccer over here too, bro.
Oh, y'all call it soccer over there? Okay. Well, whenever you hear me talk about football, I'm talking about knocking somebody's head off in some, on a 100-yard field, right? So go Texans, by the way. But hey, man, that was a pretty good Friday night. I'm over here. This tequila got me low key sweating a little bit, right? So what we gonna do, man, is we gonna wrap it up. We had a lot of talk about exchanges right now. We had our guy Rangatang here talking shit with us about what he got going with his handbook, and his handbook is available right now. It's called Cryptocurrency, a Trader's Handbook. Get all the information you want to gear up for the next big altcoin run, or the next Bitcoin run. I think that will be a great start for you to go. So you could go on Amazon, get it on your Kindle, read it wherever, and go and join this Telegram group. And hey, Rangatang, appreciate you for coming on the show.
That's really fun.
We try to make it fun, man. We evolving over here. Just so you guys know, can I talk some shit for a minute? Look, our stats are going up. We started this back we started at episode 1 was about 4 months ago, back in July, I think. My timing may be all messed up, but anyway, we're over 500 subscribers right now and counting. Our live viewers are going up exponentially. We're getting over 1.5 to 2K views per episode within days after it's posted. So just a hand clap for the dogs, man. This has been a great thing that we started, that we wanted to get going in the community. And this show is for everybody. We invite everybody in the pound. If you got something to say, or if you got something you want to talk about, we invite you guys to come on here. And we just want to thank you guys for listening. We want to thank all of our guests that we've had so far, including Rangatang, for coming on to this show and talking shit with us. It seems like it's been a smooth process, but that's just what everybody likes the dogs, bro. Everybody likes the dogs.
Not gonna lie, this is one of the best podcasts I've been a part of.
Yeah, bro.
Thanks,
hey,
man.
we try to make it, man. And we hope to only go up from here, and we hope to keep it. We've been talking about doing more shows. We don't want to make any promises to that, because we're covering a wide span of the globe here. We got people here from the UK. We got people here in Australia. I'm here in the US, over here in Texas. So I mean, it's just a thing in the growing space.
Blues.
We got blues. We got blues in France, in Paris.
Good night.
We got people over all time zones. So if you think we sleeping, the dogs don't sleep, bro. We out here. What time is it over there, Blues, right now?
It's 2 a.m.
It's fucking 2 a.m. And my guy Blues is over here on a Friday night spitting that out for you guys. So yeah. So once again, thank you for Blues. Thank you for Clay. Thank you for ACX.
Thank you.
Big
for
round
having
of
me.
applause one more time for Crypto Orangutan. This is the Dog Pound Unleashed episode 7. You guys go to the Crypto Dog Pound, search us on Google. Come join. If you contribute to the pound, you will be eligible to get a share of the fees that come in from the pound. The Crypto Dog doesn't just keep all of these fees for himself. He's not just all blinged out in gold and Bitcoin and shit. He shares these fees with us, and I think most all of them go with us. So come apart, be on the pound, and that will wrap it up. It's time to go out and get in these streets, make some good trades, watch that Bitcoin price, and set your fucking stop losses. Appreciate that, guys. And we will be back in 2 weeks with the next guest in the next episode of the Dog Pound Unleashed. Have a good night.
Peace.
See you guys.
See ya.
Right.